introduce you to the investment opportunities in the manufacturing sector in Vietnam, specifically in cookware manufacturing. This is an ideal time to consider new investment options. Vietnam's economy has consistently recorded impressive growth in recent years. According to forecasts by the IMF, Vietnam is expected to be among the 20 fastest growing economies globally in 2024, with a projected GDP growth of 5.8%. This growth has driven domestic demand for high-quality products, particularly in kitchenware. Research shows that most Vietnamese consumers prefer products of good quality, with over 90% emphasizing the strong demand for high-quality products in Vietnam, including cookware. In this video, we will discuss the growing domestic market, export opportunities, competitive production costs, skilled labor force, and developing infrastructure. Additionally, we will outline government policies and legal frameworks that support investors.
Talk about the domestic market growth. Vietnam now has the 7th fastest growing middle class in the world. As you can see in this following bar chart, the consumer class has skyrocketed in the last 2 decades. In addition to the current situation, Vietnam will add 36 million people to its middle class by 2030. Now let's talk about the disposable income of Vietnam. A KPMG Vietnam reports predict that by 2027, 60% of Vietnamese households will have an annual income exceeding $5,000. This growth is attributed to Vietnam's strong economic performance over the past decade, with GDP growth rates ranging from 5% to 8%. Since Vietnam's per capita income levels are rising enormously, there's an increasing demand for premium quality cookware products. Consumers are becoming pickier, looking for cookware that works better, lasts longer, and is safer to use. When it comes to exporting cookware products, Vietnam is in a great location. It has access to major shipping routes in the South China Sea and share a long border with China. So with good shipping routes to the US, Europe, and Asia, freight costs are lower, making it easier and cheaper to import and export cookware products to and from Vietnam. Not to mention that China and US trade war led some US companies to move operations to the Southeast Asia, including Vietnam, which benefits from supportive government policies and strategic advantages. Thanks to that, Vietnam gets lower taxes and better access to market with Japan, Canada, and Australia. The EFTA removes more tariffs on trade with the EU, boosting export to Europe. ASEAN agreements also lower tariffs and improve trade with nearby countries like China, South Korea, Japan, and India. All in all, Vietnam has gained a great number of benefits in exporting and importing cookware products and material, making the cookware industry increase its market value both domestically and internationally.
Now, let's dive into the unparalleled competitive advantages of investing cookware manufacturing in Vietnam. First, let's talk about cost efficiency. Imagine a place where the cost of labor is not just lower, but significantly more affordable than many of the world manufacturing powerhouses. In this chart, the average salary countries like the United States and Germany, where wages are approximately $30,000 to $35,000 respectively. Compared to the China and Thailand, Vietnam still offers even cheaper labor cost. This is not just a cost advantage, it's a game changer for any investor looking for maximized profitability. But it doesn't stop at labor costs. Vietnam offers some of the most competitive production costs globally. From land rental to utilities, every spend is optimized to ensure your business operates at peak efficiency. Picture your operation thriving with minimized overheads, leading to scoring profit margins. Now, let's shift our focus to the heartbeat of any manufacturing sector, the workforce. Vietnam is not just keeping pace with global education standards, it's surpassing them, particularly in the industrial and technical fields. The number of graduates in these sectors is rising at an unprecedented rate, thanks to the forward-thinking initiative of the Ministry of Education and Training. Envision a young, vibrant, and highly skilled workforce ready to meet the stringent demands of modern manufacturing. These aren't just workers, they are craftsmen trained to perfection with state-of-the-art vocational training schools and collaborative programs with international business. Vietnam's labor force is a powerhouse of skill and innovation. Finally, let's talk about the infrastructure, the backbone of any successful manufacturing venture. Vietnam is not just building infrastructure, it's developing highways, seaports, and airports. They are being transformed, creating seamless network for domestic and international logistics. The Vietnamese government is propelling this transformation with supportive policies and visionary initiatives. Modern industrial zone, equipped with comprehensive utilities and top-tier services, are mushrooming across the country. Imagine your business thriving in an environment designed for success with over 20 billion US dollars in foreign direct investment pouring into these zones just last year as reported by Ministry of Planning and Investment. The government is committed to always standing by and supporting businesses as well as citizens in all difficult circumstances, creating the most favorable conditions for economic and social development. We will continue administrative reforms, improve the business environment, and strengthen support policies to ensure that everyone and every business can overcome challenges and achieve sustainable development.
So we come to the part investment incentive. Vietnam is an attractive destination for foreign investors with a wide range of incentive and support policy. The Vietnamese government is committed to creating most favorable conditions for foreign enterprise to operate in Vietnam. Some of the key investment incentives in Vietnam include tax incentive, exemption and reduction of corporate income tax, import tax on machinery, equipment and raw material. They also have land support, preferential and rental rate assistance with land clearance, and there is administrative support. Administrative reform, streamline licensing procedure, improve ease of doing business, ranked 17th out 190 country by the World Bank in 2020. About legal framework, Vietnam commit to protecting legal rights and legitimate interests of foreign investors through its legal system and invest protection agreement. Foreign investor guarantee fair treatment and non-discrimination compared to domestic investor. Local authority also proactive in supporting and facilitating the operation of foreign enterprise in Vietnam. With the incentive and investment protection of commitment, Vietnam is becoming an increasingly attractive destination for foreign investors, and we believe that Vietnam will continue to improve its investment environment and create the most favorable condition for foreign enterprise to operate and thrive in Vietnam.
So now let's once again go over the reasons why Vietnam manufacturing is the best bet for your investments. First off, the domestic market for quality cookware and household appliances in general has been forecasted by authoritative sources to grow significantly in the coming years, as Vietnam's middle class continues to show growth, ranking among the highest in the world, exponentially expanding demands for quality instruments. Things are also looking bright for Vietnam manufacturing exporting potentials, as nations and manufacturers globally are rushing to provide incentives to spur competition to traditional manufacturing powerhouses like China and Taiwan. Moreover, as labor costs have seen a meteoric rise in the cases of both nations, Vietnam's commitment to affordable labor costs will ensure a competitive edge in its offerings. Yet, quite counterintuitively, this captivating price tag is not indicative of a low-quality workforce. Ours have been battle-hardened by years of experience in the industry and equipped with recognized qualifications. Our government also has inspired the confidence of investors the world over, with our proven track record of responsibility and continued efforts to ensure that your investments are safeguarded. With developed factories from our previous successful endeavors with foreign partners on the one hand and sprawling, lush country on the other, ripe for the development of new productive capacities, Vietnam manufacturing fits every bill. So, investors, head on down to sunny Vietnam and together we'll make a bright future our own. We thank you for listening and we'll present to you shortly our sources, our references, and our contact information. Again, thank you for listening.